I could just say how inspiring I found the museum, and the result is my thoughts about time and history as a result of seeing all the vast variety and time in the museum. I think it's really exciting to think that we've got things 2,000 to 3,000 years BC, right almost up to the modern day, and everything in between. The orrery, of course, is a time machine of its period. And we've all, as human beings, being interested in capturing time. So you can see that in all the different kinds of machines we have for capturing time. But actually, people's experience of time is influenced by what's happened before and will influence what's going to happen in the future. And it's something we all have very little of.
I came back to another museum artifact that I have really loved, and it's just a very simple implement. It's a spoon with a crooked bit in it, part of its handle, and I've done 4 pieces of work on that using the spoon as the main element. So the first one was very bright and bold, and you can see the spoon there. And they're all to do with different patterns and relating. And of course, spoons are used around the world. So I thought it was quite interesting to try different colour schemes. Last year, I've actually been to India twice. And so this is one based on India. And again, the colours are very much not muted, sorry. Colours very bright in this one. And I've used Indian motifs of birds that I found out when I was visiting India that I've incorporated because, as I say, I love the colours of India, and just the whole place was delightful. And then again, in contrast, a more restful one in blues, because blues happen to be my favourite colour really, but I do love the shocking pinks too. So this is again a third piece on the crooked spoon, and then finally a smaller one. This is again these are a series of the 3 spoons here with a printed background using a tile I had picked up in India, and again I just wanted to incorporate the motive and just show how 3 spoons, lined up together could be quite fun.
Okay, my inspiration was the medieval Islamic glass that's beautifully displayed in the museum. And it's put together because this is fragments, but you've put it together to show that this really was originally what they called a beaker, and probably brought to Abingdon by the Crusades. And I was fascinated by this, and I just thought what an amazing thing it would have been when it arrived in Abingdon to see this Egyptian glass with these figures going round it. So I thought, how can I reproduce this? And I wanted to get very reflective materials. So I'm hoping that shows. I chose to use it's actually woven stainless steel and voile, and I wanted it to look very glass-like. I then embroidered into the pieces to show these remnants and the beautiful colours and the horses galloping round. So that a sense of speed, a sense of decoration, and the gold on this wonderful glass. So my work is built up in layers of more translucent fabrics, and to sort of show that reflectiveness that is more difficult to see on the glass that we now have today, because as soon as it hit the air when it was, discovered in Abingdon, a lot of that would have been lost. So in a way, I wanted to put it back, sort of put it back into becoming an exciting, beautiful, reflective object again. And it just fascinated me. I've actually done 4 of these, so they'll sit as a 4, along with the research that I did and the other beakers that are available. In fact, there's only one in the Louvre, the Berlin Museum, and I think in Baltimore in America. So this is rare.
My work is inspired mainly by 2 pieces which were in the store of Abingdon Museum's collection. And the first one was a piece of glass which had a rather quirky bird on it. I just loved it. The glass looks green, but I gather with light through it's not. But so mine, the reproduction of it is also green. And I just love the expression on the bird's face. And I've had a screen made of it so that I can actually screen print onto fabric. And I've made some scarves and covered notebooks with that. As I say, it was just such a nice image. It's almost cartoony. And I just thought it was a fun thing to do.
I have used primarily old rotting hessian that had been in the garden for years, and it's all disintegrating and stained. This old sacking, I have got painted paper and stitch and cutting and tearing and just simple running stitch.
The medieval floor tiles, of which you've got several, I think. But I chose one which had an image of a lion. And when you think about it, the man who made that tile would never have seen a lion. So it's a bit strange. I like that. He's called a lion, but there is no mane. But I now understand there are lions, not lionesses, lions that don't have a mane. So perhaps he did know a thing or two. And I've used the actual design of the tile and stitched into it. So that is more of a conventional piece of work. But then I decided during lockdown, I thought I would give myself a little extra to do. And so I decided to make a 3-dimensional lion. And there again, it's been a bit of a problem because virtually nothing that I had in the house was going to serve to make this lion. So I've been searching online for this, that, and the other, using odd bits and pieces, and it's come together. And I think it will be finished. I hope it will be finished. And that is the work that I am showing. So there again, it's a practical thing. I shall be stitching onto it. It will be embroidered, but the actual image itself is 3-dimensional, again, kept soft. So it's fabric, and I will be stitching into it.
And then our other, the other things that we're exhibiting, we saw this lovely Victorian pincushion upstairs, which we decided, we always try to do a joint project for our exhibition. So we use one source of inspiration and we agree a format. Sometimes it's been an A4 sampler or a postcard size piece. So this time we decided a pincushion is very appropriate to us because we all spent many years training in textiles and most of us possess a pincushion of one sort or another. So this appealed to us, and being Victorian, of course, it was all over the top and heavily embellished. So that's my pincushion, where I actually found in one of your drawers a medieval tile with this design So I cribbed that design and mixed that with the Victorian pincushion and made a pincushion, which is, and then I took a bit of an, you know, from the glove, because that was quite rich in techniques and materials. So this is all made of silk, hand-dyed silk, appliqué, and the whole thing is smothered in beads. And the tassels are made of silk, and there's bead edging and beads all over the design. So I tried to incorporate those various threads in making this. So I think you'll enjoy our pincushions, because everyone is different and they all reflect the maker's personality to some extent, while trying to, you know, extract their inspiration, where that, looking at that Victorian pincushion led them. So they will all be very different, and I hope you enjoy those too. We're hoping they can be displayed with the original, just so that people can see where we were coming from. And then we're all exhibiting the techniques which we're fond of. So that was mine. That's it, really. I know it's, you know, quite a lot of work condensed into a few sentences, but it's difficult to say much else, really, unless you come and see it.